You only need two investments, only two to retire rich, to retire and live your life as you want to. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to make money with just two investments. And I am not a investment advisor. This is not, you know, finance advice. But I'm going to show you how with just these two investments, you can shoot up into the stratosphere of wealth. And passive income is what we like. You know, on this channel, we talk about easy. We don't like too much of work. We're not into work is not for us, and hope it's not for you too. If work is not for you, well then stick around, because we're going to show you. I like to give frameworks. I'm going to give you the framework that you can take and develop it into the thing that you want, money, because that's what we're here for, right? We are investors, entrepreneurs, to make money. We don't want to go and work. We don't want to use our brain power to work. We want to use our brain power to find the ideas and give it to our people to develop those ideas, and they have to give an account to us for the money. Okay, so that's what we do. So we're going to start with the first one, and the first one, it will be obvious because I've been talking a lot about that on this channel, but I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to show you how to really start from the bottom of it with nothing, and then move. If you have $100, you can start, and you can find $100 anyway, right? There are people who broke, and all they do is to go on the street and they push their hand out, and the car stop and give them something. You get $100, start your business. If it comes, sometimes it comes to that, right? So the first time I trying to get into business, it took me 3 months to raise the little bit of money I needed to do it, because I had to beg my family for a little bit of money. Please give me $10, please, because I was broke, nothing, zero. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do, this strategy is real estate, but I'm gonna show you the strategy. It's 3 steps. Okay. So I'm gonna give you the first step. The first step, if you're all the way to the bottom, is you find real estate. You go online, find deals, use the software online, find deals, put it under contract. You have $100, sell that contract. You get $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, depending on what kind of property it is. Right? You do that as much time, because we want to go to the second step. You do that as much time to get to the second step. And what's the second step? The second step, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to find a property, but instead of now selling the contract of the property, you're going to use that money to fix the property and to flip it. So you're going to have to work with an investor. All right, this investor is going to lend you the money, and I like to use private investors, because private investors are better to deal with. You can deal with hard money lender if you want. I started off with hard money lender. It was very advantageous for me, because the hard lender money also had a property, so that was easier. But I go and use private investors. So but I don't know any private investors. How do I get it? Well, you got to use your creativity. So one easy way to do it, let's just say that you're going to invest in this property in, let's just say, Atlanta, Georgia. And you know the zip code, right? Let's just say the zip, I don't know the zip code in Atlanta. Let's say the zip code is 00000, right? So you go into that zip code and you look at properties in those areas that was bought recently, at least within the last 6 months, right? 6 months to a year, and see if those property were bought cash. If those property were, I'm giving you the source now. I'm giving you the source, right? The secret source. So see if those property were bought cash. Now, if those property were bought cash, they were bought by an investor. That investor is looking for those type of, and look and see the type of property that was bought cash. That's the investor looking for that. So now you have somebody, you have a partner. So you write them, call them. You will have the information there. You either have the telephone number there, you either have the email number there, or you have the address of where the tax bill is being sent to. So you have 3 different ways of doing it, right? And you communicate with that investor. Tell the investor exactly the type of property you see that investor bought. Tell them you like to look for those type of property, and you have a few of them in mind. And with this investor, I want to come in. You know, don't make it hard and fast. However, the investor want to come in, they want to lend you the money. They want to invest with you as a partner. Don't refuse it just because you started off, right? The person says, you know what, I want to invest with you, but I want 50%. Yes. Okay, no problem. You go, because remember what we're doing. We have a goal. The first thing we started off, we needed some money, so we went into the area. We saw the property. What we did, we put it under contract. We sold the contract a few times, so we'll get this amount of money, right? So the investor is going to come in. You get the investor on board. So you get the property, now you flip the property, depending, like I said, on what you get, how much you get, right? Let's just say 50% split is 25,000 for you, 25,000 for the investor. You do that a few times, right? And then you go to the next step. Now the next step is you're on your own. So the next step, what's going to happen, you want to get a minimum now of a 4-unit building. A 4-unit building, let's just say that you starting off from 10 to you get a 4-unit building. Guess what you do? You live in one of the buildings, you rent out 3 of the buildings. You get it? Right. So here's what you have to do now. You have to be able to buy a few of those, because we have a goal. That's not the goal. The goal is not the 4-unit. The goal is you want to get as much of those 4 units because you want to go to the next step. You know what's the next step? The next step is scale. Because for an investor, if you want to do something big, you have to have at least 144 units. So the next step you're going to go is either to 25 or to 50, depending on where you are. Sometimes where you are, you can't go to 50 yet, so you go to 25. And this particular state, if you want to go to 75 to 100, you will have to have an investor. That will be quicker. But if you don't want to get involved in investing again, you just keep on doing the 25, or you keep doubling up on the 4 units. You amalgamate the unit together, right? And you could get investors to help you to buy now a 50-unit building, and then another 50-unit building. And if you go by 50 and 50, then you're going to have 150. Then you're all right. Then you're done. Your work is done. And remember now, all of these areas that we're talking about, you have people doing it for you. You're not doing it. You're the brain behind it. Right? You see? Because remember, you're still buying the contract because you want cash flow. You're putting the property in the contract, and you're selling the contract. All right. So now you're still getting money. So with that money, you can pay your people to do the research for you, and you don't want to. That's not your job. You're an investor. All right. So I get the people to work for me. They come in, the VA, right, virtual assistant. You could go online, get a virtual assistant. They're already trained with this. This is not something you have to work. They're already trained. You have to tell them your parameters. What do you want? They will get it for you. As a matter of fact, the best people to get to find the investors is the VA. I remember when I wanted I had some situation and I needed to change my tax accountant, and because my first accountant, he had some situation, so he couldn't continue, and so while I'm thinking about how to do it, I got a postcard. So I'm not telling you something that doesn't work. I got a postcard in the mail. And my tax accountant came, sent the postcard, and for me to come and see what he could do for me to help me and so on. So I went to the office. I gave the story before. Sit down in the nice executive office, and we talked. He was trying to convince me, so he had to tell me all his things he did for people and all that kind of stuff. And then I asked him, how you get my name? And he told me he only invests or only deal with wealthy people. I said, how do you know I was wealthy? He said, where you live. You see what I'm saying? So there are places that you know where people live. You know that they have money. They are fine investors. They could invest. You look and see if they have bought property cash. Remember the process. Go back again and rewind this video so you could remember how the step goes. Now you have the 50-unit building. That's fine. If you want to continue, like I said, you may have to go on and get an investor. But this particular time, your cash flow is nice. You're sitting tight. And remember, you are not taking care of the property. You have a property management team, whether that be your own team or a team that you have hired. Okay? And you have somebody, the same person who you do with you, you have that person managing the management team. You're not managing the management team. You're not into that. You're looking for new businesses. So however often you decide you're going to be the manager of the management team, you're gonna call that person into account and let them know what's happened, and let them tell you what has been happening with the business. While you're looking at your account on your phone, you're talking to them and you're seeing and they're telling you what's going on. They're giving you a report. You're reading it. You say, "Bam, that's good." All right. So I hope you get that understanding. So that was that. And then now, the other one is automation. So you want to invest in system processes and automation because this is an easier way to do it. And when you do it, you set and forget, what I call it, set and forget. So the easier way to do for you who just starting off, or maybe who you already start off but you want to diversify, right, is not the kind of investment you may be thinking about. I'm thinking about faceless YouTube channel, automation. How do you do that? So what you do, what I did, I went on ChatGPT and I knew what my niche would be. So I went to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT my niche and tell him to give me all the statistics about that, how to conquer that niche. And ChatGPT gave me a listing. I fixed it correctly. I went to an agency who do automation, and I give them my criteria, what I want for the videos. All right, and so they will do everything for me. They will do the production of the videos. They will do the SEO, the tags, the title, and the description, and then either you let them do it or you do it. When I say you, not you, but remember you have a team, you have a person who's going to do that for you. If you want to do like me, sometimes I just love to do it. It's not a work to me. I just love it. All right. And when I get tired, I just let somebody do it. And then you put that on, it's automatic. You don't have to worry about that because you already give them that sheet of paper. In my case, it was 4 pages. Exactly what I want done. Exactly who is my target audience. Exactly the age of my target audience. Exactly the likes and dislikes. Exactly the problems that they're facing. Exactly the type of situation that they need resolved. All of that ChatGPT gave me. I just had to put it in human form because ChatGPT, as you know, is an AI. So you don't want it to sound AI. You want to be able to, fix it human-like, and then you give it to your agency, and your agency will give you bulk. So your agency will give you 30 or 20 depending on the price and the value. They give you 20 videos per month. You pay for that and they do the videos. You let them know I want 4 videos a week. That if you want to go big, 10 videos a week, boom. Money's coming in. Depending on the niche. Depending on the niche, depending on the value. All right, so those are the 2 things that you can do for investment that you don't have to worry again. You just live. Remember, I like it easy. If it's hard, I don't want to do it. If I had to be directly involved, the only thing I am directly involved in these videos, because I love, one-on-one with people because, I was a pastor for 20 years, so it's in me. I just love to talk to people one-on-one, right? So now I still talk to people one-on-one, but that's a high, if somebody talk to me one-on-one, that's very, very expensive. Very expensive. So Let's just say if I don't get a one-on-one for 1 year, I make a ton of money while I still have my one-on-one that's in the docket. They're already there. So if I only make one-on-one for the year, that surpassed what people make in 5 years. So my stuff is expensive. So that's why I mean, when I say easy, that's what I mean by easy. That only one client could tip the whole thing over and you're good. See what I'm talking about? So start with the real estate. Start wholesaling, which is selling the contract. Then start flipping, which is cash flow. Quick cash flow. We call it, in the old days, they call it quick turn real estate. Right? Then from that, you go to a 4-unit. All of this can happen within 1 year. We're not talking about 20 years. Right? 4-year unit, because you have certain places you can go. Like, for instance, I'll give you a little source, right? You can go Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania have some properties in certain areas. I don't want to call the areas because sometimes when you do that on YouTube, people just run. We don't want to do that, right? We don't want to go and do that. So what we do, we have to go in these pockets, look for properties ridiculously low, and properties in good areas, but low price. So that's what we're talking about, what you do. So you have your team to help you to do all of that. Okay, so I hope you get that. Then we're looking to get into automation because that's what we want to do. Remember, hands off, hands off, hands off. So we don't want to put our hands in. We don't want to put our hands and get our hands dirty. So when we get our people together, put our team together, then we have a good team. We can now go forward and do exactly what we wanted to do and make the money. Sometimes if you want to retire, some people, I don't like the name retire, but if you want to retire, you don't have to work again for your life. That's it. Your investment support everything you want to do, and that's what you are desiring. Not to retire, but to cause the investment that you have to take care of all your bills. That's independent living, right? So I hope that you understand and you get something good out of this. On the screen, you're going to see some more videos to help you in your investment and to help you do what you need to do to retire, or, like I said, I don't like the word retire, or to live without having to work again. All right, so see you in the next video, and I hope you have a beautiful day or evening or night or whatever time it is in your zone. Bye.